Hey, Florida man in Ohio back again. Just sitting there listening to music videos, thinking how screwed up it is. I gotta find a new job, but it's all good. I will figure it out. I always seem to do. I mean, I held a job for 8 years. In Florida, the longest was like 6, 7 months. Really hard to keep a job when you're going in and out of prison. So, but I was pretty proud of myself. But once again, my mouth gets me in trouble. It's all good. I don't really know what to talk about, but I got prison stories. Like when I was Gamington prison my very first time, but I don't want to tell that one right now. I'm in that kind of mood. But when I grew up in Cocoa Beach, I grew up with I went to, we had Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral. There was two different elementary schools, Freedom 7 in Cocoa Beach and Cape View in Cape Canaveral. And I went to Freedom 7 from kindergarten to half of first. And then we moved to Cape Canaveral, and I went to Cape View from the other half of first all the way to fourth. And then my father had a motorcycle accident and couldn't walk without crutches anymore. So we moved back to Cocoa Beach, and I went to Freedom 7 for fifth. And then we all went to Roosevelt Middle School in Cocoa Beach, out both schools, so I knew everybody. So, I went from elementary all the way through high school until I quit with these people. And they were awesome people, amazing people, great times. I didn't really party with them because, it wasn't my, I played football, baseball on the wrestling team with all of them. They all knew who I was, but I really didn't go out and party because I was terrified of my freaking father. So, and when he died, I'd already quit school, so I was really kind of out of the loop. But it's all good. But that's when I got locked up, went to the halfway house. And that's when I came out and went to Melbourne, met all the people. Yeah. Yeah, we tried to break a guy. One of my friends, he's out now, which is amazing. But one of my friends, they robbed somebody and they beat him to death with a hammer. And the whole thing is they cooked food on the stove waiting for this guy to come home. And then he was killed. And then he went to jail. But right before he got arrested, he came over to my house. We went and got an ounce of bud. But came back to the house, San Juan Village in Melbourne. Came back to the house and he told me he killed somebody. I was like, what? And he goes, no, I didn't. I said, yeah, you wouldn't say that unless you did. And he left. Two chicks came over. We're hanging out. They're like, you hear someone at the door? So yeah, I opened the front door and 3 cops with guns fall in and tell me I'm under arrest for murder. And I was like, I've been at work all day. I was freaking out, Finally, they went through the whole shit, and they left. And I went over to my friend's house. His friend, too, his best friend, told him what happened. And so that was crazy as hell. We were all involved in a murder trial. All of us were witnesses. It was freaking crazy. My ex-girlfriend and ex-wife, at this time ex-girlfriend, asked me, because what had happened is Aaron had been, the man had been calling her from jail and talking to her and filling her head full of bullshit, which I don't blame him. He's going away for a long time. Filling her head full of bullshit, this and that, so she falls in love with him, blah, blah, blah. And she asked me if I could give her my father's gun so she could give it to him when he gives her a hug. And it's the only time I ever punched her in the fucking head. For real, it's it. It's the only time I ever really hit a girl. Right there. So. But then she finally convinces us, me and my friend. So we go down, we pick her up one night, late at night, we pick her up one night. We pick up this guy she's got. He's got bolt cutters and a knife. So we drive to the county jail in Titusville. I don't care who hears this, happened 40 years ago. We drive to the county jail in Titusville, and this dude gets on the fucking roof of this jail with bolt cutters, because it was an old county jail before the new one was built. and it had a chain link fence on the front of it, and these thin bars that you could get through if you get through the chain link fence. Well, the plan was to cut it, open, have it open, and give Aaron a knife so he could give somebody a knife to do what they had to do, and get out. Well, this dumbass couldn't get up there or whatever. He was on top of that jail for a half hour, and not one cop walked in or out of that jail. Somebody was looking out for us. So we say, fuck it, leave. Well, Stacy, my ex-girlfriend didn't go with us. So we're on the way back, and this guy doesn't know that. I dated her for 5 years before we broke up. He doesn't know that. So he talking shit about how he's going to fuck her and this and that. So I had my friend pull over, and I beat the shit out of him. I don't care. You're not going to talk about her that way. And we went home. It was just insane. That was just really insane. That nobody walked in or out of that jail. We'd still be in jail. It was Florida. But he did 32 years and got released. He was only 17 when it happened. I'm really surprised Florida let him out, though. And I've actually done dumber shit than that. He had a friend at a party take a fucking moped, put it on the roof and drive it off. Just dumb shit like that. I just can't believe all my friends are dead. I really can't. That's just crazy to me. I mean, yeah, well, I should retract that because I do believe it. I know who they are. So, but we've done some crazy things in our lives. I still can't freaking believe I got fired over nothing. It was ridiculous. But I just can't believe the shape this world's in. I only had 3 problems. Men and women's sports, trans kids, and freaking dudes that look like me wanting to go in women's bathrooms saying I'm a woman just because they want to see naked chicks and invade women's spaces. Contrary to popular belief, I respect women and I like women. It's just not the ones I just don't like the ones I've dated and married. I don't like Libras. My sister is a freaking Libra. My ex-wife's a freaking Libra. My other ex-wife's a freaking Libra. I don't like Libra. I always say I like Libras, but we don't mix. Yeah, but that's all I care about. It was all I cared about. Because people were invading women's space, and it was just crazy. And it's just ridiculous. I don't know. Like I said, care about everybody's feelings. That's got to stop. Nobody cared about my fucking feelings when I was young. Nobody gave a shit about what I was doing. Are you fucking kidding me? I was on the weekend, 8 in the morning until the fucking street lights come on. Noon, you can come get something to eat. After that, get the fuck out of the house again and go have fun. And that's what I did. I went and had fucking fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had a friend named Spider-Man. Late at night, he used to crawl up the freaking sides of the condos and get to the first floor, get to the elevator, and we'd get in and go to the parking garage, and you would not believe the shit people leave in their parking garages in fucking in locked up ones in cars. You would not believe it. And the cars are unlocked. It's like a fucking gold mine. It's fucking crazy. It really is. So, I know it's probably what you won't want to hear, but I don't freaking know, man. I'm not upset right now. That won't take long. No, I'll be pissed off soon about something. So, it's alright. No baseball tonight. That kind of makes me angry. But, the Braves suck anyway. Makes me want to kick my cat, Acuna. But he's actually playing well. Nobody else is. That's alright. So, the next one will be better because I'll be pissed off. So you guys have a good night, man, and enjoy yourselves, and keep pissing me off.